Nearly 3 generations of families have called Purgatory Resort their playground. They return year after year for the uniqueness of the ski experience, the dramatic views of the San Juan Mountains, the magnificent weather, abundant snow, and family-friendly environment. They return because the dream of Purgatory Resort has endured for 50 years. Through the spirit of thousands who worked at the resort, ran its operations, built its facilities, and battled the elements. This is the story of Purgatory Resort. In the early 1960s, Durango was a town ready for a true ski area. Local families skied at Chapman Hill, and later hit the slopes at Hesperus. When the city of Durango hired former Olympic ski coach Dolph Koos as its recreation director in 1954, skiing took off. By the mid-1960s, Durango boasted the third largest ski club in the state, and both Durango High School and Fort Lewis College had robust ski programs. Koos established a junior ski racing program through the city recreation department, and a local Forest Service ranger named Chet Anderson volunteered as coach. Anderson was a former college ski racer who worked as a Forest Service snow ranger at Loveland Basin. He transferred to Durango in 1961 to work as a wildlife biologist. Anderson soon began looking for locations for possible ski areas, exploring Echo Basin in the La Platas, the East Fork of the Piedra, Cascade Creek, and Lion Creek near Vallecito. Only Purgatory fit the bill.
In a feasibility sense, Purgatory was the only one that really could qualify to be a ski area. And that was because the criteria we had, one, it should be on a main highway, so you had access to it. It needed to have private land at the base, so you had control of the private land at the base. It needed to have adequate snow. It needed to be at least 1,000 vertical feet. Those are the criteria. So Purgatory fit all those, so that's how we got in our minds.
Ray Duncan, a young oil man who'd moved to Durango in 1958, was an avid skier and loyal sponsor of the junior ski program. He approached Anderson and asked if he knew about a good location for a ski area in the region. Anderson told him about Purgatory. By February 1965, the Forest Service had issued them a special use permit. Duncan, along with the help of a number of Durango businessmen, started the San Juan Development Corporation to attract local investors. It took Duncan and his Durango peers only 38 days to raise enough money locally to qualify for a $350,000 Small Business Administration loan.
The members were downtown businessmen that were interested in winter business. You know, we could close up in January and February and wouldn't miss it in those days, you know. I didn't have any business to do anyway, so we needed something solid in the winter. So it was easy to sell.
Construction began that summer on Lift 1 and the base area facilities. Within 6 months, Purgatory was ready for its first customers. Purgatory celebrated its first opening day in December 1965 with a speech by Colorado Governor John Love. Governor Love's wife, Anne, christened the first lift with a bottle of champagne, and a new era was born. As Purgatory grew, Durango thrived, both from winter tourism and a growing employment base. Purgatory attracted a loyal cadre of workers who cut trails and built chairlifts in summer and operated the mountains in winter.
One thing that we all had a passion for skiing. And you take any of the old guys on trail crew, the ones that have been up there, you know, in the beginning, and this is our mountain. Belongs to us. And so when we go up there skiing, you know, that's our place. We don't mind other people skiing on it, but it belongs to us, and that was one of the great pleasures.
Purgatory's infrastructure grew rapidly the next 15 years. New lifts were added. Base area condos were built. On-mountain restaurants allowed skiers to stay on the slopes all day long. By 1980, the ski area was at a crossroads. It could either remain a small-time local ski area and stagnate, or it could grow. Ray Duncan decided it should grow. In 1980, Duncan hired Dick Peterson, former president of Vail Associates, to oversee completion of an aggressive 10-year master plan. The plan envisioned $250 million in construction, a new water system, new lifts and base area facilities. As the ski area increased its bed base, lodge owners in Durango felt threatened and challenged the ski area's commitment to the local community. But Durango continued to prosper, and the controversy over Purgatory's growth died down. Purgatory also started adding summer activities with an alpine slide and concerts at the Powder House. In 1987, Misha Semedinsky, conductor of the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, established Music in the Mountains, featuring world-class musicians. In 1990, the first ever World Mountain Bike Championships were staged at Purgatory, garnering attention for the resort as a world-class mountain biking venue. Other summer activities were added over the years, with a focus on offering every member of the family something fun to do, as Purgatory gradually transformed into a multi-season resort that embraces its mission to be the premier family resort destination.
That enhancement of the summertime business, I think, is going to be crucial long term. A lot of ski areas are doing it.
Purgatory's investment in the 80s readied the resort for a surge in winter and summer guests. But the national economy crashed, curbing the demand for Purgatory's new real estate. Several dry snow years further strained the ski area's finances. By 1990, the ski area faced bankruptcy, and the resort could not renew its annual line of credit. All but 3 of the resort's employees were laid off. That's when Ray's brother, Vincent Duncan, stepped in with additional capital and business savvy to help John Osier, then the chief financial officer, renegotiate the loans. The two also negotiated an important land exchange with the Forest Service, a move that allowed preservation of Hermosa Park. Today, the area is part of a special management area. With the financial crisis averted, the Duncan family hired Vern Greco from Steamboat Springs and asked him to help Purgatory become more competitive in the ski market. He and the Purgatory team built the area's first high-speed detachable chairlift with the upgrade of Chair 3. However, Greco's reign was controversial from the start. He imported new managers, implemented a number of new performance standards, and replaced a number of longtime employees.
I think we are where we are right now because of that rough time that we went through. We're still here, and it is a business, and people forget that sometimes.
By the end of the 1990s, the Duncan family was ready to bring in new investors. In 2000, Chuck Cobb, who'd been a minority owner in Telluride and owned Kirkwood Ski Resort in California, became majority investor. He brought with him Kirkwood CEO Gary Dirk to join Purgatory's next era of success. One of their first moves was to replace Chairlift 1 with a high-speed 6-person lift, expand snowmaking, and upgrade the snow grooming fleet. They next created a 25-year master plan and state-of-the-art land use regulations that embrace smart growth principles and address major environmental and social issues like preservation of wildlife habitat, protecting air quality, and providing a workforce housing program. They worked hard to reconstruct Purgatory with a Durango community that had grown leery of the resort given the financial troubles and the management upheavals of the 90s. Cobb and his management team decided to rebrand the North County area as Durango Mountain Resort, an attempt to connect the ski area with Durango's growing brand recognition and to reflect that Durango has always been part of the ski area and the ski area part of Durango.
In many ways, we were pioneering air quality, we were pioneering workforce housing, we were pioneering a lot of different things that the counties knew were issues, but they didn't really know how to address them in a regulatory sense, and we were able to do that. We have to be stewards of a very special place. So that's kind of our mantra, across the whole platform as far as how we make decisions.
The resort's base village was transformed with the development of Purgatory Lodge as a new focal point and gathering place. Most importantly, Purgatory's employees focused on a shared vision of retaining and improving the resort's reputation for family-friendly experiences. Purgatory is a special place unlike any other in the world. Its scenic beauty stretches from the base area to the backside. Its unique rolling terrain and carefully carved ski slopes make every run a different adventure and experience. Purgatory attracts fierce loyalty from guests who return year after year with their families. It's a culture that has prevailed throughout its history.
There aren't many things left in this high technology world where the entire extended family can do one thing all together. And you can come to Purg, ride the six-pack. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen the full six-pack chair filled. And it's grandma or grandpa, and it's the parents, and it's their son and daughter, maybe a grandson and daughter. They're all there. You know, the age spectrum can be over 60 or 70 years on that chair, and they're all going to go do it together. And think, what else can you really do that, you know, where you can involve everybody in the family all in the same activity, and they can all end at the end of the day or at the bottom of the hill, and they all had an adventure that they can share together, and that creates the family bonding that's really special.
Purgatory has remained committed to the greater Durango community through its support of benefit days for local nonprofits, the Adaptive Sports Association, the Durango Winter Sports Foundation, and many others.
We really feel that's important to be a member of the community and to support that. And we give a lot to the community, and we all are involved outside the ski area with something in the community. Most of us all are helping out somewhere, shape or form, volunteering our time, and I'm very proud of that.
Just as Purgatory remains committed to the community, it remains committed to maintaining its family-friendly atmosphere, a culture that, at its heart, started with and continues with its employees.
Our employees are the ones that are key to the success of Family Friendly. It doesn't matter if it's a first-year employee or it's been an employee that's been a part of our team for 20 plus years. They are the ones that really drive the energy for Family Friendly.
This past spring, Cobb announced that a new owner had taken the helm. James Coleman, an entrepreneur and 10-year resident of Durango, is a skier's skier who fell in love with Purgatory during his second ever ski trip while still in high school. That was 1983.
I fell in love with it right away. It's just such a great place. You know, Purgatory and the town of Durango and the way they work together and the community and the beauty, and it's just really special. And it's one of those towns where I feel like in so many ways you can have your cake and eat it too. And it's just unique.
Coleman's first decision this past spring was to bring back the Purgatory name to acknowledge the resort's history and unique character. He plans a consistent campaign to improve the mountain, including the addition of new lifts, terrain, and snowmaking. His first major improvement was to replace the Legends Lift 8 with a new high-speed detachable quad that'll carry skiers to the top of the mountain in just 5 minutes. The lift's grand opening commemorates the start of the area's 50th anniversary ski season. Coleman sees Purgatory as the flagship of his collective of ski resorts that will offer the best family skiing experience in the Southwest.
It's going to be an exciting ride. I mean, we're very aggressive in what we do, and we have a lot of fun, and they're going to see changes, and it's going to be really good.